broom, or do you prefer the, the little one that goes kind of across the floor?
Make sure it comes
I have an African broom, and they're the best. I have to show you one day.
I'm not sure if the African brooms are out in Oklahoma City, but some sort of broom was late in the second quarter. Jay trying to attack, gets it. Green. Closing seconds of the half, A.J. Mitchell finds SGA on the wing.
And just hold it for me.
He hit 17 points in the first half. The Thunder up at the break. Third quarter, OKC still up. SGA slicing, dicing the Suns' defense. Again, plus the foul here, Brian.
Yeah, he knows exactly how to get his defender position to take advantage. Look, he just did it again.
Yeah, full steam ahead.
Son.
Dillon Brooks, though, is trying here to fight back. Drives, baseline.
Hey!
Plus the foul.
I was impressed with him this series. He did not back down from the challenge he produced on both. Well,
When does he ever back down?
Thank you.
From the challenge.
I love this is like the silver lining from you tonight.
I'm always queen of silver
That's
lining.
great.
SGA splits
That
the
was
defense,
that was a crazy shot. Look at how this goes up in the air.
making it look easy.
Rattles in.
And then under 5 minutes to go in the fourth, OKC
five.
putting the finishing touches on this one. And the Thunder sweep Phoenix and advance to the Western Conference semis in a sweep. And by the way, the reigning MVP is the fifth player to lead every game in scoring of the first-round sweep. Each of the other four players who did it, they were MVPs as well. And Shea already told us. He said, I got the answers to the test. Well, now Devin Booker is confirming it.
Can't say anything without, bringing up Shea. He's the MVP of the league, and he's playing the best basketball in the league for the past 2 years. Mixed with, guys that know their role, some seasoned vets. They're relentless with that chemistry, the communication. They have all the answers to the test. They've been tested together, and they've been together for years. So that's an advantage.
So many advantages for the Oklahoma City Thunder. SGA, probably at the top of the list. He is a certified game changer. They've swept their first-round series for 3 straight years. SGA, he's different. We talk about sweeps. Are you down? Come on, man.
There she go.
Come on, you got it.
There she go, man.
Sweeps are out in SGA, y'all. His gravitational pull. It's not Steph Curry's limitless range when you think about three-point shots or Victor's defensive force field. It's actually SGA. He got the sweep because he warps the mid-range. For me, I'm going to start with the passes because he leads to a lot of hockey assists. It's the NBA playoffs, also NHL playoffs. The double team comes. He gets the nice little short roll here from Hartenstein. This is the hockey assist. It's a good to great. It's not him scoring. It's his attack, his gravitational pull that leads to good looks to his teammates. But he's also a bucket chump.
He's always a walking bucket. But the thing about SGA is he understands angles. He ruins angles for your defense. And every time you have a defensive principle, he's going to break it for you. Right here, they have a trap coming. He's going to split it. When he splits it, it creates indecision on the baseline. Now, neither guy knows who's supposed to pick up, so they don't commit all the way to a stop. SGA splits that as well, goes up for a layup.
Oh, my God.
It's ridiculous because people don't realize that he now has 3 options. You split that, you leave 2 defenders. You got 2 defenders now. Nobody can make the right play. He could have kicked it to either corner or get to his left hand, which he chose to get to his left hand and ask for a foul that y'all claim he get every time. So.
Chump, your broom matches your outfit, but I actually
I figured that's why you threw it to me. My favorite color, gray.
Hold on, Chump. I love numbers. It's time for Inside the Game, powered by AWS. The stat you need to know when it comes to SGA is gravity. That is determined by the amount of defensive attention a player receives. Now, the baseline is 0. If you're above 0, you have a lot of gravitational pull. If you're below 0, that means that there's a reason that you're open. And in the regular season, SGA ranked 3rd in gravitational or gravity. But look at the jump he makes in the postseason. More than 11 points, and he's now 1st by a huge margin. Did you sweep when you're like?
I'm just saying.
Come on, you got the broom. You're talking about gravity. The opportunity was right there.
Oh man,
you're right.
There is another stat though. Yes, it's the gravity of Shea Gilgeous-Alexander and him defying gravity. That's so impressive, right?
You hit that right.
But
little by little, she let that out.
I don't want to make the listeners' ears bleed, but if you give me the opportunity, I will let it go at full force. There's another stat, though, Brian, that blew my mind when you shared it.
Well, I'm saving space for Shea in the fourth quarter. I heard a stat, and I said, this can't be right, that he's missed 1 shot in the fourth quarter since March 21st.
That's a good day.
38 days ago.
It's my birthday.
Happy belated. Now, granted, let's just real quick. It's only 7 games. I say only. because, you know, they had some time off and he missed some fourth quarters.
Sure,
and
but still.
Good God, what are you going to do about that? 17-18 his last 7 games in the fourth quarter. And I just want to remind everybody, they're throwing their whole defense at him. It's not like he's standing over there by himself. The whole thing is set up to stop him. 17 out of 18 in the fourth quarter since March 21st.
Which is remarkable.
I mean, that's why people are talking about him with such reverence, like we see Devin Booker. They may not talk about him before the series out of, you know, competition, but after the series, the truth comes out.
To think about him being who he is, being an MVP, knowing that the defense is coming at him, and for him to be able to bat singles and not make the home run pass every time speaks volumes, though, because most guys like that is like, I need to keep my stat line up.
Yeah.
I need to keep the pressure on them to make sure that I'm this or I'm that. He could care less. It's all winning and all calculated. As far as he's concerned, if he drew a double team, he did his job.
He can pick how he wants to beat you. We saw without J-Dub, he went for 40+. He only missed 3 shots in the game. And then the next game, he's like, I'm going to feed my teammates. And for those who are wondering, this is what, Director Matt, is it Matt today? This is what an African broom looks like.
There she go.
Okay, that's it. Sweeps are out.
All right, well, we're going to get one and keep it here in studio. They await the winner.
One to go up 3-2, won the series. It is a pleasure to spend a few moments with the one and only Michael Wilbon. Mr. Wilbon, you will be in the building when the Knicks and Hawks face off in Game 5 tonight.
Can't wait.
How does New York win this game tonight and take control of this series?
You know, Jay, I don't think there are any, like, real secrets here. They're going to have to come to depend quickly and heavily on the guys that they pay to be their stars, and that would be Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns, for starters. And it doesn't mean that they're not going to get the contributions necessarily from Bridges and Anunoby, and, you know, they're going to have to get those contributions as well. But you know, we saw what happened when they ran the offense through Cat. They got a real lift out of him in Game 4 in Atlanta. I don't know that you can go to that without Atlanta adjusting. Karl Anthony Towns really in the playmaker role. That was, you know, a really nice touch, a nice stroke by Mike Brown and his staff, and Karl Anthony Towns executing it. But I think Atlanta's going to be ready for that, and you're going to see and need to see more of Jalen Brunson. We've seen this from Jalen Brunson. We've seen him go for 40+ late in the series, in the Game 5, in Madison Square Garden. I think you're going to need to see something like that. Maybe not that point total, but that kind of engagement and being on the offensive and being aggressive. So you're looking at Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns for starters, and then support from the gang.
Let's stay in the East. The Pistons on the brink of being eliminated as a 1 seed. What's the biggest thing that's gone wrong for Detroit?
Turnovers. I mean, my goodness. When your best player, Cade Cunningham, who I know, you know, could have been a first-team player. He may wind up being on the first team. I certainly voted him the first person on my second team. When he has a historic number of turnovers, well, I think it's 28 in the series and 24 in the last 3 games. That's an unbelievable number of turnovers. So it speaks to what pressure defense is doing to Detroit and Cade, specifically in the playoffs, which may not have shown up in the regular season. And it also highlights a weakness, Jay, that we've already known from Detroit, not having a secondary scorer, not having a person in there that he can rely on, that can take pressure off him, that can go and get Detroit 22 to 28 points, even on nights that Cade has a big scoring night. The Pistons don't have that yet, and he is struggling against that defense, and I don't know where you go from here if you're Detroit. It's not like you can make a roster addition in the middle of the playoffs.
No, you cannot. All right, let's head over to the West. Wemby and the Spurs, 3-1 lead on the Blazers. It's the first ever playoff series for Wemby in this iteration of San Antonio. What are your expectations for this team the rest of the way?
Jay, my expectations aren't as high as many others, including my colleagues, who are constantly making fun of me because I'm obsessed with Wembanyama. Like everybody with any sense, common sense, should be obsessed with watching him and appreciating him, savoring him. I am. But I still believe in the heartache that has been historic in the playoffs for young playoff teams, and that's what San Antonio still is. I expect San Antonio to finish off Portland. I expect San Antonio then to beat either a reduced Minnesota team, reduced because of their backcourt injuries, or even Denver, which is not itself and not getting a normal contribution from Peyton Watson, let's just say. But then there would be an epic series on deck with Oklahoma City. And I hope to see that series. Sorry if it sounds like I'm rooting. I'm rooting to see Victor Wembanyama go forward. I'm rooting to see if his young cohorts, if Harper and Castle can play above their years, as we've seen them do all season and so far in the short sample size of playoffs, can they continue that if they get to a series against Oklahoma City? I don't even know if they would have done it against Minnesota if Minnesota was whole. But Minnesota isn't whole, and Minnesota's going to be doing all it can just to get that one win from Denver in advance. But I expect San Antonio to go through that next round and then get to OKC, and we'll really see what matters.
That segues perfectly to my last question. The defending champion Thunder sweep Phoenix, are now waiting for the winner of Lakers Rockets. So big picture, who's beating OKC this postseason?
I got two maybes for you, Jay. Maybe San Antonio, if all things go right. Again, I don't necessarily expect that. And maybe Boston, which has been there, done this, at least the crux of that team. And when you got Jason Tatum playing like, I know he says he's not 100%. Who can tell the difference? Maybe somebody on the coaching staff, maybe opponents guarding him. I don't think the rest of us can. Maybe Boston. I know I didn't include the Knicks in that number. I don't know that I'm ready to include the Knicks in that number. We'll see what we see tonight in the rest of this Atlanta series. Maybe San Antonio, maybe Boston. I don't even know that Denver, who I had originally being able to beat OKC, don't know if they're in that number now either. Don't know if they can advance through the first round.
All right, I'm told I have a little more time with you, which is great, because there's something I want to ask you about. There have been a few scuffles and some trash talking in these playoffs. What do you make of the way the players have been getting into it with each other?
I love it. It's a requisite. It's what basketball ought to be. Look, I got an 18-year-old who for the last 4 years has been playing AAU basketball. And I understand that all these kids know each other. They play in national tournaments. They all know each other. And by the time these guys get to be in their second and third year in the league, they know each other. They don't have a healthy hate usually for each other. And I know people at home are saying, well, why is he saying that? Because that's what this league was founded on. You can go all the way back to the 1950s, in the original vintage years of the league. When you see this kind of interaction, though, I'm not mad at Joker for going after Jaden McDaniels, and I'm not mad at him for going back at Joker. That's what rivals do. And it's loud. You can hear it. I want to hear it and see that heat. That's what pro basketball ought to be, particularly in the playoffs. Enough love fest. This isn't the AAU. It's the NBA playoffs.
Agreed, 100%. Okay, best NBA trash talker of all time. Who is it?
Of all time, I don't know if I can go. Jay, I got an all-time trash talking team.
Okay, go ahead.
Now I'm going to start with Gary Payton. Here it is right here. Gary Payton, Kevin Garnett, the great Kobe Bryant, Michael Jeffrey Jordan, of course, and Larry Bird. Bird and Jordan might set themselves apart. And by the way, Draymond Green and Charles Barkley, Draymond's in a